President Biden is going to, quote, up the ante on climate change as part of his pledge to get the U.S. to net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. That, according to administration officials. Now, the expectation is for an aggressive cut to those emissions by the end of this decade. The president is directing all federal agencies to assess climate risk, and corporate America is taking a surprisingly aggressive lead. More than 400 companies and investors, including Ford, Shell, Amazon, Pfizer, Hilton, Facebook, just to name a few, they signed an open letter to President Biden calling on him to cut greenhouse gas emissions by at least 50% below 2005 levels by the end of this decade. They're already seeing supply chain disruptions from increasingly severe storms, fires, and droughts, and both their customers and employees are demanding they take action. The letter was organized by Ceres and the We Mean Business Coalition.
It's really been just a stunning outpouring of support for a strong interim goal, not like anything we've ever seen before. Just so you're clear, this is a sea change.
So who will benefit and who will not? Well, experts say those companies that have already put the ball in motion, assessing their risk, reducing their carbon footprint, and anticipating regulation, they will prosper. Those who have failed to embrace the clean energy economy, they will not. Kelly?
You know, Diana, we've heard so much talk about these goals, and we will hear so much more about goals and initiatives and programs and all the rest of it. But what do you think is going to be the biggest change for investors?
I think it's really going to be all about that risk disclosure, about companies having to look within not just their supply chains, but every facet of their workings and disclose to their investors, to the public, what their risk of climate change is. We've seen so much disruption in supply chain from storms. We've seen it, from Texas this year. It's just amazing what it's done to the economy and what it will do in the coming years. So many of them pledging and perhaps being forced to disclose that risk, I think is going to be the biggest impact of this, at least on the corporate side.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.